Okay, so today is March the 10th, and we've actually already talked about these words, so I'm just going to keep going. But we've got mean, median, mode, and range. These are the definitions if you need them. Here we go. Okay, so looking at how to do these bottom problems. First, notice that they want what they're asking for, because they don't always do all four, and you don't want to do extra work if you don't have to. Okay, they want mean, median, mode, and range. Now, on number 1, they're calling these the months and the inches of snowfall. Now, step 1 is we have to put, from starting today, these things in order from least to greatest before we can do anything. Before I'm allowed to do anything, right here, I'm going to put them in order from smallest to biggest. Here we go. I can't find a pen. Okay, so 4 is first, and I put a little check mark or something. Then 17. Then 19. Now, put both 20s. Do not add them together. It would mess up stuff. Okay. Notice a couple things about Miss Donahue's silliness. I spread the numbers apart. The only reason I do that is in case I skip one, I could shove it back between them. I know that sounds silly, but that's the only way I can think of it. That way, because I'll skip every once in a while, I miss one, and then I can kind of just write it in there, and I don't have to erase everything. Okay, the other thing is, I don't usually put commas, because half the time you people ask me if they're ones.
The middle number is 19.
Okay, so I'm going to move up now, because here's the deal. I need you, when you rewrite these from least to greatest, to ignore those now. So I'm going to go up to this one. Yes? Sure. Okay, so here we go. When they ask for mean, median, mode, and range, what we want to do is write the words. Yes, you have to write the words. Yes, you have to write them fully out. I would put them in order of what is asked, only because that way tomorrow when we go over answers, it is there for you. Yes, you write it out. Another trick for Miss Donahue, who knows what she's going to be doing next week and the week after. Please write them across the paper from left to right. Don't go up and down. You'll see why next week. It'll help. Are you writing all this down? If you don't write this down, you don't have notes later. Okay, here we go. So to find the mean, we talked about this yesterday. Teachers are mean. We add up all of our grades. So we're going to add up all these numbers. Okay, but we got to divide by however many numbers we have. There are 5 numbers, so I'm dividing by 5. So my final answer is 16. That is my mean, 16. Okay, median is the middle number. Very easy when there's only 5. Because it's just right there in the middle. There's 2 on that side of it. There's 2 on that side of it. So my median is 19. Does everybody see that one? Everybody's good? Okay. Mode means most. Which one repeats the most? 20. Okay, we'll talk later on some other things that can happen. And then range. Cowboys go out on the range. They do the biggest number furthest out minus the smallest number, which ends up being 16. The only reason this is so fast and easy is because I already have them in order from least to greatest. Yes, and it will be even more important next week when I add to it. Like, you can't do next week's stuff. Really, you can't do median. Usually you'll mess up the mode and the range if you don't do them in order from least to greatest. Okay, let's go to number 2 now. So number 2, or all this week and next week and the week after. Haha. You will see a lot of graphs and charts. We got to know how to read them, how to pull the numbers out. So like on this one, this is a bar graph. Please look at this first row right here. What does that bar stand for?
4.
4. So what I'm going to do, since I can write on this paper, is just put a little 4 there. It's just easier. What is the next bar?
5.
5. The next bar.
6.
Next one.
1.
And
3.
4. I'm going to go with 4. So, now I'm going to go down here because I have them written what I call pretty and nice. I'm going to go down here and just put them in order from least to greatest.
The first one's 1.
1,
4, 5, 6.
4, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Making sure I got all 5. Now I'm going to write all the words, mean, median, mode, and range. Okay, so for the mean for this one, now I'm going to kind of go up and ignore that bar graph and just use my little yellow numbers. Okay, here I go. $20 divided by 5 equals 4. So I got 4 for my mean. Median is 4. It's the one in the middle. Okay. Mode means most. No, which one repeats the most? 4. It's okay. It's a hard one. Repeats the most. And then range?
Is 6 subtracted by 1.
1 is 5. Okay. Okay. Can I add that? Yeah.
I get all of them except for median.
Median is middle number, but the tricker is, number 1, got to be in order first. Okay? And then all I'm doing, watch my fingers as I go in. It's kind of silly, but I do this. So I just kind of take my fingers, I can cover up the first ones, then the second ones, and there's my median. If there are 2 medians, which you're going to see in a little bit, then we would have to add them up and divide by 2. Okay? Yes?
So what if you accidentally don't do least to greatest, but greatest to least?
You don't want to do that either, because what will happen is you might mess up your range. So try to do least. You always want to do least to greatest. And it'll really affect next week with something called lower quartile and upper quartile. Okay, on number 3, here we go. Putting them in order from least to greatest. Now, when I can write on the paper, I sometimes cross them out.
That's what I did.
And that is fine. Just don't do it so much you can't see the number again. And then you always want to make sure you got all the numbers. So a lot of times I'll just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Here we go. So that's the numbers I'm working with. I need mean, median, mode, and range. One second. Okay. Okay, so yeah, 40 divided by 8 equals 5. So my mean is 5. Okay. Now, median. I need you to watch this one, because there's 2 and we got to figure this out.
4 and 5.
Breathe. Are you ready? Let everybody breathe. Look, yes. We're going to add. We're going to go in, finding the middle number. But there are 2 middle numbers, 4 and 5. But listen, you got to not only add them, So 4 plus 5 is 9. We got to divide by 2. Is 4.5. Because if you think about the middle of those numbers, it is 4.5. But what we're doing is, when there's 2 of them, add them together and divide by 2, because there's 2 numbers you're working with. Okay, mode 4, because it repeats more than others. And the range, 8 minus 3 is 5. Got to do biggest minus smallest. Now, please just watch 1 second and look. Here is a hint. Letting him finish copying. Okay. If is right, I know. Yes.
So, where did you get the 40 from?
The 4?
No, the 40.
Oh, adding them all up and then dividing by 8.
So
You
not
got
odd.
it. Yep.
How come, like, the mode is 4?
Be-
Is there, like, 2 6s involved?
There's 3 4s
Oh, there's 3. Okay.
and 2 6s. You got it.
8 6s.
And listen, that's what I'm getting ready to talk about. I wish you'd look for just a second. Okay. Here is the one thing you need to look at. And there's a reason I'm videoing this, so you later can figure this out, like if you need it. Watch. Okay. If I give you this list, what is my mode? Oh, sorry. Okay. What is my mode for that list? Mode means most. Which one repeats the most? But listen, do any of these, no, not adding up, guys, listen. Repeating. Which one repeats more than the others?
3. Just add them up.
Listen, no. Listen. For the mode. Listen. For the mode, since they all repeat twice, none of them repeat any more than the others, then there is what we call no mode. Because none are repeating more than the others. You also cannot put a 0, because a 0 is a number. That would mess you up. Now, watch, because here's all it takes is one different number. Okay, on this one, what is my mode now? 2. My mode on this one is 2 because it is happening more than the rest. Now, please look at this last one. Don't these happen more than that 6? So, my mode on that list is actually 4 and 5. Because they happen more than that one.
So if there are 3, then it would be no mode. But if it's just one, that's not.
Right, because it's how many times it repeats.
3.
This repeats 3 times, this repeats 3 times, that one none. Like just once. So that's why it's 2 numbers. If there were 3 6s there, and you would pay attention to me, it would help, then you would have no mode. So you've got to really look at it. Like this can be confusing. Okay, so here we go. On the back. Now, we are doing this, yes, this is right out of the textbook. It is a photocopy, a picture, whatever, right out of the textbook. If you are dying to use the book tonight, you can, but it's just easier for us to run it off. Now, a couple things to point out to you, and I wish you would look. When you are doing these problems, You want to read the directions starting out, like on number 1 here. It says they only want the median, mode, and range. So that's only 3 things. Please turn around and look forward, and it will help you understand later what you're doing. Okay, on the next 2 sections, or this 3 and 4, they want mean, median, mode, and range. But please look at number 4. Where are the numbers they want you to work with? But at the top, right?
Yeah.
Okay, not down here, not over here, like they gave them to you, thank goodness. Okay, look at the next section. Okay, this part, they just want median, mode, and range again. Kind of nice, they try to shorten it. Not that half of you are paying attention right now. I wish you would look up here. On the next ones, it's just funny because half of you are starting the assignment, but later you're going to come up to me with questions, and I will have already answered them. Okay, it says mean, median, mode, and range. Okay, round if necessary to the nearest tenth, but here's the tricker, or a couple triggers. Lots of numbers. Very carefully, put those in order from least to greatest. This one, not bad because we've already talked about it. Numbers are at the top. Here's the weird one that I wish you would fill in with me. Because with me helping you, tomorrow I expect it to be finished. Here we go. It is this weird graph, the line graph, right here. Each dot is representing a number. But between me and you all, I want to make sure we're all using the same numbers. That's why I'm talking about it. So like this dot represents 8. That dot is an 8. That dot is a 10. And you can draw on it. I mean, it's yours. It doesn't matter. This dot, 15. This one, 12. That one, 11. That one, 8. And that one, 6. That way we're at least all using the same numbers. Okay? Now, what I'm going to do is start the assignment with you. I'm going to do something. You need a piece of paper. Here we go. Start by putting those in order, 1 and 2, or 1 for sure, in order from least to greatest. Anyone need a piece of paper? I'm ready, willing, all that good stuff. Just trying to get y'all started. Paper? Right? Get it? Let's do it, man. Okay, so start with number 1. Putting them in order from least to greatest. Not on the paper, on notebook paper. Just like I asked. Please do this on notebook paper. I will also show you, like, if you will do it this way, like this week, next week will be so much easier for you. That row, anybody else? Okay. Now, once you've got it written in order from least to greatest, then look at what they're asking. Median, mode, and range. So write those 3 words. Median, mode, and range. So this is 5th period. Okay, give me a second. Okay. So, number 1. So, I got to put them in order. 13, 15, 17, 21, and 23. Okay. Once I've got them in order, where is it? I'm trying, but it's weird. Okay. Let me go with a black pen. Okay. They want median, mode, and range. Now I can see it. Okay. So median, go into the middle.
It's 17.
Okay, and it is this 17. Listen, when we do this on notebook paper, I kind of start marking, like you'll see why next week, but that's my median. Not the other 17, that's 17. So we're all seeing the same one. Next year it'll make a difference. Next week it will make a difference. Okay, mode. 17, yes. Range,
23 minus 13.
which is
10.
10. That's okay, minus. Okay, let's do number 2. And I hate to be weird. I'm going to just be honest with you guys. I feel like I can. Get over the idea of using so much paper. Statistics is a lot of writing numbers. And it'll end up being a lot of notebook paper. No, like using a lot of paper. Sorry, I knew. I kind of worded that weird. Least to greatest. Always least to greatest. I'm losing track. 50, 56,
40,
57. Okay. Okay, got them all. Look back at the directions. I see they only want median, mode, and range. Okay. So median, kind of going in. Ooh, there's 2 of them. Listen, there's 2 of them, guys. 50 and 56. So, we got to add them. 50 plus 56. 106, right. Divided by 2. Does that help? Is that better or worse? I feel like I'm at the doctor. Eye doctor. That's better? Okay, so if I divide by 2, then it is 53, yes. And if you think about it, I mean, 53 would be between those numbers. Okay, mode. No mode. Yes, we got to learn our fancy words. Haha, no mode. Because none of them repeat any more than the others. And then range is 63 minus 40, which is 23. Okay, I'm going to keep going. Number 3. Cost. It's okay. Go ahead. 23. Range is the biggest number, 63, minus 40, my smallest number. Okay. So, now, when you get to number 3, like, you have to include all the money amounts. Like, it's 11, like, the first number is $11.95. 11? No, $11.95 is a number. Okay. Like, you can't round it or anything crazy. Okay, we got to use the exact numbers. Then 12.59. 12.89. 18.49. And then 19.99. Okay. Now, looking at the directions, they want 4 things on this card. They want mean, median, mode, and range. Okay, so for mean, I got to add them all up. If it is weird numbers like this, I would add them twice, just to make sure you're putting it right in the calculator. Okay, so looking at this one, when we get the weird decimal thing, we gotta look. This is our hundredths place. That 8 tells you to go up. But a 9's going to go up to a whole, to a 10, so that's really
Just
16.
16.
Yes.
Do you only round when the number's repeating?
Well, just when it goes way across your calculator screen. Yes. Okay. Median. Looking at my numbers in order. Listen, there are 2 medians again. So we got to add them together and divide by 2. .69. Okay, mode means most. 19.99. And range. .04. None of this is hard. It is just, you gotta I hate to say study it, but you gotta make sure you know which is which. Okay? You are going to keep going. You are doing 4 through 12. You still got a little time. Keep going. Keep going. You're doing 4 through 12. Keep going. If it's so easy, keep going. Thank you. I promise. I'm trying to finish mine, so we got an answer key tomorrow. And this is the rest of the worksheet if anybody's at home wondering what they're working on. I know I'm sending a lot of reminds lately, but with us having so many just kids out for various reasons, is kind of why I've sent so many reminds.